Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Mo Allo here, your B-ball summary, and we're back recapping another awesome day of NBA basketball. Let's get right into it. And in game 1, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns have been performing incredibly during this NBA restart. Coming into this game, they seek to continue their undefeated streak in the NBA bubble. OKC, however, is missing 3 of their regular starters in Steven Adams, SGA, and Danilo Gallinari. On top of that, they're missing their 2 spark plugs on the bench, in Dennis Schroeder and Nerlens Noel. This creates an opportunity for some rotational players to get some well-deserved minutes, as the Thunder try and ramp up into the offseason. And in the first half, these rotational players really came to life for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Led by the veteran Chris Paul, they were performing great on the offensive end and dominated the game in the first and most of the second quarter. They were forcing turnover after turnover from the Phoenix Suns. The Suns shot incredibly from three-point land, and in doing so were able to hide some of these turnovers. They began to eat away at the Thunder lead late in the second quarter, and were actually able to gain the lead to close out that quarter, heading into the halftime break. Coming out of the halftime break, they went on a huge run to seize the lead and control the game, led by Devin Booker, who simply could not miss tonight. He ends his night with 35 points, and his highlight was a huge three-pointer that he took from the NBA logo at the half-court line, drilling it with a defender on him. Nothing but net. The Thunder ultimately aren't able to overcome this third quarter push by the Phoenix Suns and lose this game. The final score, 101-128. Phoenix wins by 27. Darius Bazley got his second start in the NBA bubble, and he took the opportunity and ran with it, scoring 22 points and having 10 rebounds on the night. It's great to see the Thunder rookie taking control and taking advantage of an opportunity when it presents itself. And in game 2, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Utah Jazz. This was a game in which Dallas was missing their first 2 options, and Utah chose to sit out Donovan Mitchell. Once again, it was great to see what some of the rotational players could do when they were given the minutes. Boban Marjanovic comes out and in his first 6 minutes scores 8 points. That man is a beast, and I'm surprised that they don't use him more often. He's an absolute mismatch in the post, looking like he's surrounded by children. Although it was a tight game out of the gate, the Jazz sought to take control late in the first quarter and continued to hold that control for the majority of this game. It was looking like it was going to be an absolute blowout, with Jazz being up by almost 20 points midway through the third quarter. However, the Jazz make the critical mistake of playing the rotational players perhaps too many minutes in that third quarter. They give away the lead as the Mavericks seek to get back into this game, and they do just that. With an offensive eruption from Maxi Kleber, he all but decimates the Jazz lead on his own, scoring 7 straight points to start the fourth quarter. Following this, the Mavericks continue to get it going on the offensive end, with 3 different players scoring 20 or more points, and JJ Barea falling just shy on 18. The Mavericks win this game. Final score, 122-114. Dallas wins by 8. The player of this game is Tim Hardaway Jr., who ends his night with 21 points to go along with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. But most importantly, it was efficiency that was key for him tonight. He shoots an incredible 73% from the field. Himself and Seth Curry were about as good and as efficient as you can get from wing players. It was great to see. And in game 3, we have the highly coveted first seed, second seed matchup with the Toronto Raptors taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a potential Eastern Conference matchup. To say I had high expectations going into this game would be an understatement. However, it's so obvious that both teams were resting star players, with Giannis out for dental procedures and Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet also missing this game for the Raptors. As I've said before, it's always great to see rotational players get minutes. However, I'm getting a little over seeing less than top quality basketball. I'm really looking forward to the NBA playoffs starting next week, the 17th of August. That being said, here's a quick recap of the game. Outside of a tight first quarter, the Raptors controlled the entire game, leading by as much as 22 points. Their scoring was led by Chris Boucher, who came off the bench to score 25 points on 60% shooting from the field. Across some stretches, it looked like the Bucks couldn't buy a bucket. Not a single player recorded more than 20 points, and they combined for an abysmal 39% from the field. The Raptors get the win in this game. Final score, 114-106. Raptors win by 8. Let's take a little bit of a break from the recaps with the news section. Leading our news today, we've just got word that Ben Simmons is out for the entirety of the season. According to ESPN supporter and god of reporting truth, Adrian Wojnarowski, Ben Simmons will undergo surgery to remove a loose body from his knee. He is back in Philadelphia and he will not be returning for the rest of the season. On the upside for Philly fans, however, there is optimism regarding Joel Embiid's ankle injury. The 76ers expect him to be back in action very soon. We wish Philly fans best of luck and hope all things go well for them in the playoffs. But we're going to continue our game recaps. In game number 4, we have the Indiana Pacers versus the Miami Heat. Now, although Miami led for most of the first half, this was still quite a close game, with Indiana making it a tied game going into the second half. But ultimately, that's where it all changed. The bubble MVP TJ Warren simply wasn't hot tonight, but that can be said for the rest of the Indy starters, not compared to the Miami Heat anyway, who had 7 different players scoring in double digits. Miami grabbed the bull by the horns and take away the win today. The final score in this game, 92-114. Miami win by 22. The player of this game and surprise performer is Derrick Jones Jr., who ends his night with 18 points, shooting an incredible 82% from the field. He's another one of those players that I've been excited to watch, given the extra minutes. It was disappointing to see TJ Warren's fall off, however. It's coming at the wrong time as the Pacers are heading into the Eastern Conference playoffs. With Joel Embiid injured and Ben Simmons out for the remainder of the season, this is an opportunity for them to make a deep run in the playoffs. As it currently stands, however, for them to match up, Philly's going to have to somehow beat Boston Celtics without Ben Simmons, and Indy are going to have to come away with a win, which they weren't able to do tonight against the Miami Heat. And on to our 5th and final game of the night, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, this game was tight in the first half. The Lakers, who have been struggling with their efficiency coming into the restart, really needed to get it going ahead of the playoffs. As it stands, they're still unsure who they will be playing in the first round. I'm sure, even without being in rhythm, the Lakers should be able to do away with the young and up-and-coming Grizzlies team. However, I don't think it'll be that easy if they have to face Portland, a team who made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals last year. As such, they need to get into rhythm now. And it looked like they aimed to do exactly that in this game. They started off this first half as their best first half since the NBA restart. AD erupted for a huge 17 points on 72% shooting from the field in the first half alone. The Lakers lead going into the break. However, Denver are not far behind. Led by Michael Porter Jr., whose field goal percentage made me confused as I thought it was a free throw percentage in the first half. He did not miss a single bucket, going a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. Good for 13 points. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Michael Porter Jr. is the truth. If you want to buy stock in this man, now's the time. I've never been a fan of the Nuggets, but I love myself some MPJ. I'm on the wagon. And as we continue into the second half, both teams continue to go at one another, blow for blow. It was an incredible game to watch. Denver scores a point, the Lakers score a point. Denver scores a point, the Lakers score a point. Calling this game tight doesn't do it justice at all. With the Lakers down by 1 with 45 seconds to go, LeBron James has the ball at the top of the 3-point arc. He drives into the lane, weaves past the defenders, scores, gets fouled, and 1. Book it, Lakers up by 2. Now Monte Morris on the other end of the court tries to drive in and do the same. However, he gets the ball poked away, but he's fouled by Anthony Davis. He goes to the line for 2 free throws. He makes 1 and misses 1. Lakers are still up by 1. 12 seconds to go on the game clock, 6 seconds on the shot clock. LeBron has the ball at the other end. He's looking to take the final shot and ice this game. With Bol guarding him, he pulls up from the 3-point line, shoots, but it bricks off the front iron. PJ Dozier picks up the rebound and runs that ball up the court. Time is rapidly expiring. He drives into the lane with 8 seconds to go. He's looking to get off a layup to put the Nuggets up by 1. However, he's blocked by Kuz, and Kuzma sends him to the line. PJ Dozier, who had been perfect from the line, makes his first free throw and misses the second. It's a tie game with 4.8 seconds left on the clock. Lakers call a timeout and they advance the ball. LeBron inbounds the ball into Anthony Davis, who looks for a shot. He's unable to find it, but he sees a running Kuz. He passes the ball off to Kuzma, who's on the right wing. He pulls up for a 3-point shot, and he gets it. splashing a huge 3 over the 7-2 Bol Bol. The Lakers take the W in this game. The final score, 121 to 124. Lakers win by 3. And you already know what it is. The player of this game was LeBron James. He dropped 29 points to go along with 12 assists and 2 huge blocks. After exiting the hyperbolic time chamber, it looks like we've got playoff LeBron back. Accompanying him with 27 points is Anthony Davis. If these two keep turning up every night, the Lakers will be a force to be reckoned with. Moreover, the Lakers have another 20-point scorer tonight, a surprise performance from Kyle Kuzma, who drops 25 and obviously the game-winning shot on an incredible 69% efficiency. Coming out of nowhere, Kuz had a great night. I'm happy to see it. Also want to shine some light on some young Nuggets players, Michael Porter Jr. and Bol Bol. Keep an eye out for those guys who will be X-factors for them in this upcoming playoffs. And that's all for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in to B-Ball Summary. We'll see you tomorrow, but don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you know anybody who might enjoy NBA content like this, make sure you share it with them. At the moment, we're NBA YouTube's best kept secret. And until tomorrow, Mo, Aloe,